was young, I would have this reoccurring dream that I was running from something, but I was never fast enough. I could run and I'd go around many corners, and then whatever was chasing me was right behind me. You know, I've interpreted that dream many ways, which I'll keep to myself. But it kind of lends itself to what I believe. I believe in karma. I just believe that, you know, what you put out in the world, you get back. The energy you put in the world, you get back. And how you treat people is how you'll be treated at some point.
Everybody has a story, and there is something to be learned from every experience.
Knowing who you are, I mean, that's the foundation of everything great.
Emotion is absolutely key to this. Trust your gut instinct.
You can't plan every step in life.
When you learn, teach. At our best, we are all teachers. Instinct is a force that lives within us, and we call upon it when we need to.
Wake up curious and wake up determined to try to get an answer.
There's always just ahead of us the chance of redemption.
Use your life as a class. All the odds would say Jay-Z should not be the man he is today. Born in one of the toughest parts of Brooklyn, raised without a father, selling crack by the time he was 13. If you came from the Marcy Projects where Jay-Z grew up and you were a young male, there was a very good chance that you could end up in jail or dead. But Jay-Z was different. By the time he was 26, he had his own record label, and now, in his 40s, he's a music icon, a hip-hop legend, and a self-made man. He's also sold more than 50 million records and won 7 Grammys. He started his own entertainment company, his own clothing line, founded a scholarship fund, married Beyonce, and has a net worth of over $150 million. But his material success isn't actually the most impressive thing about him. It is, I believe, that he was able to transcend his environment and became someone who truly believes in himself and inspires others to do the same.
I think excellence is being able to perform at a high level over and over again. You can hit a half-court shot once. That's just the luck of the draw. If you consistently do it through 11 championships like Bill Russell, then, you know, that's excellence. Having success for a year or two, that's being hot. We call that hot. That's being in demand for a short span of time. Excellence is being able to perform at a high level for a long period of time. In a genre of music where it's almost microwave, and your career is almost like in dog years, right? You last 3 years in hip hop, you're fantastic. You know, you last 5 years, it's like, wow, it's amazing. But if you last through a decade and beyond, you know, it's almost unheard of. In my genre of music, I believe that I've achieved excellence. Hat out and vest, chilling on the steps, drinking quarter waters. I gotta be the best. MJ at Summer Jam, Obama on the text. Y'all should be afraid of what I'm gonna do next. Hold up. Somebody bring me back some money, please. On to the next one. 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 Creating this poetry, it came easy to me. I didn't recognize it as a gift early on, so I just toyed with it. I would just sit at the table and bang on the table and, you know, write these rhymes all day long. I remember this one, it was very pretty good. It was almost like foretelling what would happen. I'm the king of hip-hop, renewed like the Reebok, the key in the lock with words so provocative. As long as I live, I'll be enough. I used to rap really fast. Like, I toyed with these different styles. We would make these triplets, like, but put words in them.
Check out the J, check out the A, check out the Y. Z, original rap. I'm making it slap. I'm bringing it up like that, singing and stringing and swinging it back. Bring it back.
I had ability to speak about situations and emotions and feelings that we were going through. When I say we, myself and my small circle of friends. That's really how I started writing music. I really wrote music for this 10 group of guys who was going through the same thing, and I wrote about our experiences, the thing we had just done the day before, the week before, and I would write it and they would go, oh my goodness, that's just what I was feeling. When I'm writing out, my goal is to find that truth for whatever I'm going through and try to tap into that. Staying true to yourself as you grow and as you mature, to find that truth in that and not being afraid of it. And now I got a million friends and I'm writing for them. Wherever you grow up, it's your root, right? It's everything you are. I'm a kid from Marcy Projects from Brooklyn, so it made me exactly who I am. Everyone has to find themselves growing up, and however far off track you go is pretty much dependent upon the environment that you grew up in and what you had to do or what you felt you had to do to survive. Growing up, you don't really understand the dangerous environment in which you live until you go outside of it. So for me, you know, it just was typical, it was normal. The ice cream man would come around, we open up the Johnny Pump and spray water on each other. We played basketball for the entire day, chased little girls around, and it was just, you know, a typical neighborhood. It was just a beautiful place to grow up. That sometimes it turned really dark. Sometimes on Sunday at 11 o'clock there'll be young guys running through the projects with Uzi machine guns and shooting, and you would have to run into your building. In 15 minutes when they're gone, you come back out and finish playing. It built my character, it built my resolve, it built my strength. It you know, developed a certain paranoia and taught you these values and taught you integrity and taught you honesty. It taught you toughness as well because you needed that to survive. It was a brilliant upbringing. My mom, a beautiful, strong woman, for some strange reason allowed me this long leash and allowed me to roam and to learn a lot of things on my own. I guess that comes from knowing your kid, you know, and knowing the things that your kid can handle. You gave me this long leash and I learned so much, and she was always there to pull it back if I went a little too far, and gave me one of the most important lessons in life. The work that you put into something is what you get out of it. She made that statement to me rather young, and I really took that to heart. You know, the work that you put in is what you get out. Almost cost me my rap career, but I won't hold that against her, because I didn't view the hours that I sat at the table as working hard. It was something I loved to do, so it didn't come hard to me, so I figured nothing would come out of it because of what she said. She didn't really mean it like that. I can't actually remember the first time I rapped for her because I would perform so much every single day in the kitchen that she would say, go outside or go to sleep or go play basketball again or do something. You know, I would write these rhymes. I got to a point in my life where even going outside and playing basketball wasn't as important. It just became part of our lives.
Jay-Z started with an intention to reach an audience that he knew he could speak to. That's what I think he tapped into, the intention to speak to an audience. He had a dream, he discovered his talent, he found his audience. Even being turned down from a record deal didn't stop him, it propelled him.
I had a really outside dream of being a millionaire by the time I was 30 years old. I actually calculated what it would take and all these different things, and I had no idea, I had no plan of how I was going to arrive at this point, other than this very distant outside chance of being a basketball player, which was very far because I never played any organized sports. I never really played on the team. Back then, that opportunity was very limited because rap wasn't what it is today. My small circle of friends would say these stories, right? These short stories. So it was a hobby for everybody, I think. I remember the first time seeing Sugar Hill on Soul Train, I was like, what are they doing on there? It was shocking to me, why are they on TV, for doing that?
Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the crew, and my friends are gonna try to move the beat. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. Up to the left, to the right, the red and the brown, the purple and yellow.
My mom bought me my first boombox, and my mom's friend bought me my first notebook. It was this makeshift notebook of papers with no line. It was a green book with these little pens that you bend down on each side. And when I first started making music, and that's when I first realized that, I was tapping into an emotion, and I knew there was small pockets of people all across the country that I spoke to directly, but I didn't have the vehicle to get to them. I didn't have a record label at the time, so I tried to get a record deal, and I couldn't get a record deal. The record company would be my bridge to them, and they didn't give me that bridge. So it was a very important part of my career that we didn't give up right there, that belief in myself and belief that I had something to offer. So we built our own bridge, and I started my own record company.
Jay didn't have a master plan, but he has helped define a culture that has impacted not just millions of kids, but has been able to dominate a generation. So I think that his ability to affect millions of people throughout the world, and to do that in such a way that it is done with intention and clarity and purpose, makes him a master.
There was a time when I realized that, I got this. I go into this record store to do a signing. It was in Virginia, I remember. It's no big deal. There's no security, there's no big entourage. You're just going to work. And I start signing autographs, and I noticed I'm signing autographs for a while. And I'm like, man, I've been here for a minute, man. How many people are here? And I tried to leave the store when it was over, and there was a mob of people outside. A mob that we can't get outside. Guys in the store tell us we have to go back in the store. We wait for the police to clear a path to the car. And we're gonna run through the path and get in the car and pull off. And as we ran through the path, halfway through the crowd collapsed. And we had to go back in, and they had to open it again. And I knew then that everything had changed that moment.